Right. Well, I mean, I know this is an NFL thing, but we talk about football in general. We talk about college athletes sometimes. So I'll take this opportunity. Quick PSA. Console your local Florida State fan. Okay? They deserve it. I know they live or are from Florida, but I mean, absolutely unprecedented that a power conference team that was undefeated, that won their conference, even despite all the quarterback injury stuff, would be left out of the college football playoff. I go to the University of Alabama, and I do think right now we are a better team than Florida State. So I don't take issue with the pick itself, but it's not about the pick. It's about the committee's inconsistency ideologically. If you put in the top three based on most deserving, which is exactly what they did, how do you all of a sudden pivot to which team is better for deciding the fourth spot? That doesn't make any sense to me. Feel bad for Florida State fans, Jake. But more than that, I feel bad for everybody who I have to eliminate from Toto. It's the end of the regular season in Toto 2023, which means 4 players have now made their final picks of the season and are now eliminated. You'll see who that is in a minute, but it as a game maker, I've never done this before. I feel bad for y'all. So hats off to you. Sorry, and it's been a pleasure. All right, well, on to how the playoffs are going to work for everybody who's still here. If you have a first-round bye, which is actually, I'm one of the... So, Marshall, hey, Marshall, you still make picks this week. It's just, there's no multipliers. It's just the sum of your scores. And aside from that, you also, like your score this week, you will get to carry over into next week as your free bet for the quarterfinals if you want to. If you want to redo it, if you had a bad week, you don't have to do that. That's part of the advantage of the first-round bye. As for everybody else, you will be reseeded after this week, so, sorry to any Cinderella runs that might potentially be about to happen. More than that, though, if you win 3 bets, and lose your matchup, I'm not going to put you through, you're still getting through. I'm going to pick somebody who maybe won a game with only 1 bet win and eliminate them. As I see fit, I am the game maker, and I won't do this to, single out people. You should be rewarded for winning 3 bets in 1 week. Anyway, ask me more about that if you want to hear more about it, because... Anyway, here's what happened this week in Toto, and man, some absolutely massive results, as you might imagine. Marshall apparently wasn't content with not getting 4 out of 4. He wanted to smash Luke for some momentum going into the playoffs. He did that even despite using a mulligan when he didn't have to. Riley, massive win over Jonathan, I should say the rookie Riley, that is, to eliminate Rowan from the playoffs, as weird as that sounds, and ensure that she gets in. I beat Sam to secure that other first-round bye. Sam, conveniently, was the only person who could have taken it from me. So, yeah, there's that. Dylan and Kapil won that one. Sorry, Dylan, you're out. And so, too, is Riley, the former champion, veteran Riley, who lost to James. Also, you see those 2 ties there. Yes, there are winners in those games, just if you decided to do the tiebreaker, So here's what that means for the table. Marshall and Robert, that's myself, of course, are in all caps because we've got first-round byes. If you're above the blue line on the right side, congratulations, you're in the playoffs. And yes, those numbers are accurate. They are your seeds in the playoff. I didn't want to build a bracket in PowerPoint because just look at the spreadsheet. It's got a much cleaner looking one on there. So yeah, Dylan, Riley, Rowan, Will H. It's been very fun. Hope to see you next season. And I'm very sorry to say goodbye. But yeah, all you needed, it turned out, was 6 wins. Thank you, Russell, by the way, for the D-score idea. I immediately used it to give you the 5th seed over Gabe, so congrats. Marshall was the top scorer this week, but that doesn't matter because there's no power-ups available. The shop is closed. So Yeah. Sorry. Here's for week 4. Oh my goodness. Let me start that over. Here's what the schedule looks like next week. Again, didn't want to build a bracket, but the colors are blue because it's the playoffs. Sam and Morgan, the 3 versus 14 seeds, are playing. 4 versus 13, that's Soldier versus Connor. 5v12, etc. You see it, you know how it works. But again, it's not like a March Madness style bracket. There is reseeding after the first round. Not, however, after the second round. If you hit 2 straight massive upsets, you deserve to be rewarded for that, other than just moving on. So yeah, y'all can start making bets. In fact, I would encourage it. In fantasy football now, and it's just absolute anarchy. Both of the underdogs in Dynasty have, certainly not safe leads, as we saw last week in this very league with Russell triumphing over Marshall from 35 points down. Still, though, I am surprised to see Jake up by more than 20 over the leader for pretty much the entire season, Sam. It's wild. It is wild to see, especially in a league. I guess this year it's basically functionally the same thing as redraft. And that shows in the redraft scores because both underdogs are also have 20-plus point leads here. I don't understand this at all. It's almost like it's pretty random. I know I said that last week, but sorry, Gabe. I don't know what to tell you. You won more games than anybody else in the regular season just for your team to peter out now, it seems. But maybe not. Maybe he's still got something left in the tank, and maybe James M. just got lucky last week. I don't know. But at this point, it looks like Will and Russell are going to win redraft and dynasty respectively, which is wild. I could never have guessed that going in. But hey, that's why we play the games. That's why we don't just do it on paper.